next step of our project is to highlight the lines that we've previously traced. When you highlight, you're going to want to highlight with a black marker like a Sharpie or a black crayon, something to make these stand out. If you've already highlighted in a different color, use that color, but we don't want thin pencil lines. We want them to be thick and stand out for our coloring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to highlight the lines, and I want to make sure that they connect. So I'm going to go line around, and this creates a square, but you can see where I didn't trace. It doesn't quite close, so I just have to make sure that it closes. I'm going to go around the circle, and I'm going to do the same thing with the bumps, and it doesn't quite close, so I'm going to just go around the circle and go over these lines. Again, at this time, I'm checking to make sure that I have symmetrical, so it's like this letter D, half circle, half circle, half circle, that it's all around, that I didn't miss anything. Then I'm going to move on to the A. It makes kind of a pointy square. Just highlight those lines. And if you have something that's not right, like if the line got too thick or it's not supposed to be there, don't trace it, fix it. You are just making circles within circles, a mandala. You're going to continue doing this until you get all of the pencil lines traced and bold. You could use a black marker or a crayon. Once you're done, save it for next week. Don't start to color. Now we're going to introduce color families, and you can practice your color scheme that you're going to pick on a new website. I'll show you how to do that too.
Color is one of the 7 elements of art, along with line, shape, form, texture, value, and space. When light hits an object, some of it is absorbed and some of it is reflected, depending on the materials the object is made of. The light that is reflected off of the object is what we see as an object's color. Red, yellow, and blue are called primary colors because they cannot be made from the mixing of other colors. However, the 3 primary colors can be mixed together to produce nearly every other hue imaginable. Green, orange, and violet are the 3 secondary colors. They are created by mixing 2 of the primary colors together in equal amounts. When you mix a primary color with a secondary color, you get a tertiary color, such as red-orange, blue-green. Every individual color can be altered by changing its value through tinting, shading, and toning. Tint is simply any color with white added to it. So red becomes pink, blue becomes light blue, green becomes light green, and so on. A shade then is created by adding black to any color. Adding black and white to a color produces a tone. Sometimes a work of art will be made up of the tints, shades, and tones of only one color. This is what we call a monochromatic color scheme. One way artists personalize their work is by creating their own very unique colors, tints, shades, and tones. Notice how the violet colors in this print by Anish Kapoor differ from the ones used by painter Morris Louis. Is there one that has more tinting or shading than another? What do you think is creating the difference? One common way people categorize colors is by temperature. Reds, oranges, and yellows are referred to as warm because they can be easily associated with a warm, sunny day. Blues, violets, and greens, on the other hand, are called cool because they often come to mind when thinking about overcast or rainy days. When cool and warm colors are mixed together in a painting, what is the overall mood or feeling then? Besides the weather, there are many other associations and feelings that colors can summon. Is there a color or combination of colors that triggers a specific memory or thought in you? Understanding the effects colors have on you will help you read an artwork and develop your own interpretation of it. And when making your own artwork, knowing the effect colors have will help you control the messages you hope to convey.
After you finish your mandala, darkening the black lines, you're going to do all of your exit tickets. It's a catch-up day, so make sure you do exit tickets 1 through 5, and then you're going to open Schoology and go to your materials tab. You're going to practice coloring mandalas, practice your color scheme in the Cycle 5 folder. Open up the Mandala Coloring digital art tool, and it will open the website scrapcoloring.com/text/mandala, and you can pick one of these radial symmetry pictures to start coloring. I'm going to pick this Gothic rose window. You're going to choose a color scheme. We learned about color families in the color portion of this video. You could pick reds, yellows, and blues, the primaries, orange, purples, or greens, and have a secondary color scheme. Or you could pick warm colors like reds, oranges, and yellows, or the cools, the greens, the blues, the purples. Or you could pick color pairs like red and green, purple and yellow, or blue and orange. And then there's other ones like monochromatic, where you could just pick one color and do different shades. Whatever you pick, stick to the 2, 3, or 4 colors and use that to create a color scheme in your coloring. Maybe I want to pick the primary colors, and what you're going to do is you're going to practice coloring in your mandala. You're going to notice that you're going to work in rings around the circle. So just try to apply whichever color scheme you think you would like for your mandala. To pick colors, I just made a mistake. To pick colors, you're going to click in this column, and then you can switch your colors, and you can do the same color around the circle, or you could do like I just did, a pattern. So then I can do all red on this shape. Oops, I made a mistake. No worries, I'm just going to go back in and color it and switch back to the red. And I'm just going to color in my mandala in circles. Circles within circles, that's a mandala. You're going to work on this until the end of class. You do not need to submit your work. This is just for your practice with the color schemes. Remember, you could pick primary like I picked, secondary, warm, cool. You could pick monochromatic. You can pick any color scheme that has a name. And you're just going to practice to see how, when you color, things are going to work. And I could see that I skipped. I'm going to make sure next time when I do this that I make sure I'm doing my A-B pattern. We can't do A-B-C patterns 3 colors repeated because we don't have an odd number around our circle. So just play around with this, color it in. And then when you're done, if you wanted to, you can save your work by clicking this. And you can save it, right click on it, save image as, and you can pick where you want to save it onto your desktop. And then if you have it on your desktop, you'll be able to open it and you can send it to me. Work for the remainder of class independently on this after you finish up your mandala outline with dark outlines all the way around on every space, all 8, and you do exit tickets 1 through 5. After this week's class, what I'm going to do is sync the grades to Skyward and put in zeros for any missing exit tickets. So make sure you use today as a catch-up day. Again, the order of things to do: first, dark outlines; second, exit tickets; third, use this website until the end of class. Have a great day.